Hey guys, welcome back. I had the honor of doing Rissa's makeup for her gender reveal this past weekend, and we're both so obsessed with how it turned out. You guys loved it when we did her makeup last, so we were so excited to do another glam session, and honestly, we like this one even more than the last one, and that's saying a lot because we loved the last one. By the way, bear with me for this voiceover. I am recording this in the airport right now. I just really wanted to get this video up for you guys as soon as possible. So I'm first starting out with brushing out Rissa's eyebrows with my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze. So as always, I'll have all the products linked for you guys down below. Then I'm cleaning up her eyebrows using the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I just recently discovered this and I really like it. I'm using the shade 11, and I first just went in with the applicator to apply the product. Then I take a super small detail brush. This is from my previous brush collab with BH, and I'm just using that to clean up under her brows. And I'm also going to use this brush later to add foundation around her brows as well. But I love this brush so much because it gets you really precise and really in the small areas. Then I'm taking the rest of that concealer and applying it right on her eyelid and blending that out to prime her eyelids for eyeshadow. I'm also making sure to set her eyelids before I go in with the eyeshadow, just so all of the shadows just blend really seamlessly. So originally I was just going to use my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. You guys know that's my go-to palette, but Rissa actually brought her makeup as well, and she had the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I totally forgot how much I love that palette. So pretty much all the browns that you guys see in this video is from that palette. I didn't really use the Makeup by Mario palette that much. But even the black in the Soft Glam palette is blacker than the one in the Master Mattes palette. So I'm really glad she had this. I think the colors worked out so beautifully. As always, I'm starting out with the lightest shade of brown in her crease, and I'm just slowly deepening it, I don't know why that was hard for me to say, up in the outer corner. So I'm really just focusing those darker browns just on that outer V, as you guys can see, just so it becomes really blended and really beautiful and defines her eye shape. So now for the main color, I'm grabbing this bronze eyeshadow from this palette from Estate Cosmetics. I actually just discovered them recently because they sent me this in PR, and it was so perfect, you guys. Riss and I decided on like a bronze makeup look, and right when we decided that, I got this eyeshadow palette in the mail for PR. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. I packed it right away. And as you guys can see, it's just like the perfect shimmery bronze. Obviously, this was a daytime event. I didn't want her wearing this like sparkly smoky eye, you know, to a family event. I thought this was very appropriate, subtle, and beautiful, and it just looked so amazing. You guys already know how much I love my smoked out liner, so I'm taking this eyeliner from Makeup Forever. This is their Aqua XL pencil, and I love this line so much from Makeup Forever because I feel like these pencils were made to be super pigmented and easily like blended like this. So I'm first taking that pencil and smudging it on her upper lash line. Then I'm taking a small angled brush and I'm just taking that black eyeshadow from that Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm using that just to blend everything out, and I'm also going to wing it a little bit at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we do our eye makeup first before our face. So because I used the black, there was a ton of fallout on her cheeks, and if we would have just had our face makeup on first, it would have messed it up. So I'm so glad we did our eyes first. I'm just wiping it away with a makeup wipe, and I'm also adding primer as well. Sorry guys, it's getting really loud in here. Hopefully it's not bothering y'all, but I'm taking some primer. I'm using the Sicily primer. Also taking my Lilly Lashes liner. So the purpose of this liner is that it becomes the adhesive for eyelashes. So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have even gone in with a liquid liner, but this does help to make it look a little bit more black. I do wish though I had an adhesive liner like this that was super matte, because when I do this, I see a little bit of like gloss still on the eyeliner, which is why I go back, which you guys will see later on, with the black eyeshadow to cancel that out. So if you guys just saw that, Rissa's super sensitive with her eyes. So anytime I have to go in with a curler and stuff, we're both like shaking. We're so nervous. I'm like so scared to hurt her. But her eye luckily did not water as much as it did last time. So I just went ahead and curled her lashes. I'm applying some mascara. And I'm also applying a few coats of mascara. I'm using my favorite mascara of all time. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Rissa requested some more dramatic lashes this time around, so I went in with my personal favorite lashes, which are the Lilly Lashes in Miami Flare. I love these lashes so much because I feel like they're really dramatic, but they're still lightweight. Like, I'm not gonna say they're super lightweight, but they're definitely very comfortable on the eye. And as you guys can see, they wing out at the end, so I feel like they really flatter the eye shape. They give you that cat eye look. So after I applied the eyelash, by the way, I do have a code for 10% off. You guys can use the code NAS10 for 10% off Lilly Lashes. But after I applied the lashes, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going back in with that black eyeshadow just to make sure the eyeliner looks matte. By the way, I was getting hot. I was like, girl, I'm sweating. So I went and turned on the AC. So I went ahead and used that matte black eyeshadow to really just make sure you can't see the lash band, and it was just very seamless. Then one of my biggest tips is to always curl your fake lashes with your real lashes, which I already did, and that's what really gives them that super blended look as well. So now onto foundation. I'm again using the Maybelline Fit Me. No, this isn't Maybelline Fit Me. We didn't have that shade for her. I'm actually using my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, and this was in the shade 120. It was a little bit light for her. I did mix some of her own foundation in there as well, but trust me, once we're done, it like blends out perfectly. Also, her forehead is a little bit more tan than the rest of her face, so I did go in and add extra bronzer up there once we move on with the rest of her makeup. Don't you see the silver line? We can't forget my favorite part, which is nose contour. So I always use the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light. I also think it's my brush that really makes a difference. It is from Luxie. The Luxie brush is the JD Wadey collab. If I can find it, if they're still selling it, I'll link it down below for you guys, but it's the ultimate nose contour brush. And I always do the nose contour first because, as you guys will see, I'll take the concealer that I'm using for under eyes and I'll use that to really sharpen up and clean up the nose contour. I think a lot of people just focus on the like actual contour shade when they're contouring their nose and they never really like how it looks. You really have to mix like the highlights with the contour to really, you know, get that snatched look. So I'm taking that same Dose of Colors concealer in the shade 11. I'm also using that to clean up under her eyeliner as well. As you guys can see, I actually let that sit on her face for a few minutes and now I'm blending it out for a heavier coverage. To set her face, I'm using the Dermablend powder in translucent. You guys know this is another one of my top favorite products. So even though I'm showing it heavier underneath her eyes, I actually take this and I set the entire face. And recently I learned this tip off of TikTok that I'm gonna start doing soon, but it says to get that like true airbrush look, to take your powder on a powder puff. Like, you know what comes when you get like, let's say the Laura Mercier powder, keep those and use that to really set your face for like an airbrush look. And then I'm going to be contouring her face using the Haus Labs bronzer. I don't know the exact shade name off the top of my head. I'll put it down below for you guys. But again, I'm really focusing on the bronzer just to darken up the makeup because her face was looking a little light. Again, I'm not showing all the footage, but I did add a lot to her forehead. I'm taking that same Dermablend powder on a sponge and I'm using that to clean up her contour. I really recommend this step for a glam look. I really feel like it just elevates it and takes it to a whole nother level. So once I did that, I'm just taking a small brush and I'm just wiping away all that powder and really make sure to blend it all in. Look at how bomb that eyeshadow looks, you guys. It looked so amazing. So I'm just taking that and I'm kind of like doing a buffing motion again to give that airbrush look. And now for blush, I swear you guys, never skip out on blush. I really feel like blush does a better job at contouring the cheeks. What am I saying? The cheeks. Sorry guys, again, I'm in the airport, like my mind is everywhere. It really does contour the cheeks so much better than bronzer. And the shade I'm using here has been another one of my favorites for years. This is the Bobbi Brown Blush in Nectar. And I don't know what I told Rissa for her to look that shook. And I'm about to listen to the audio after this to be like, what were we even talking about? But yeah, I just went ahead and blended out her cheeks. You guys are probably confused on why I'm adding more powder. And that's because I decided to do some eyeshadow on her lower lash line. So this is a nice trick to do if you're already done with your makeup and you want to add some more eyeshadow to the bottom. Just take a little bit of powder and pounce it on like a thick layer, because any eyeshadow that falls out will fall out into that powder and then you can just wipe it away. So then I'm also taking that same Aqua XL eyeliner and I'm using that to line her waterline. And again, Rissa has super sensitive eyes, so we're taking a ton of breaks, making sure her eyes didn't water. But as you guys can see, that just completely changed the whole eye look. And then I'm taking some mascara and adding that to the top and bottom lashes. Now on to my favorite part, lips. This is actually the lip combo I ended up wearing to the gender reveal as well because I just loved it so much. So for the liner, I'm using the MAC pencil in the shade Whirl. Do you guys remember back in like 2016 and stuff? It was so hard to get your hands on this color because like Kylie Jenner said she wore it. Oh my god, that was like a whole era. So then for the lipstick, I'm using the shade Yash or Yash from MAC as well, blending that out. And then as the lip gloss, I'm using the Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade Made You Blush, I believe. And I'm blending that all out as well. And then I didn't show this on camera, but I did spray her face to set it. Then I'm taking a little bit of brow pencil. This one is from Haus Labs as well. Just taking their little eyebrow pencil and just barely filling in her eyebrows. Again, Rissa has amazing eyebrows. She didn't really need much to them. And yeah, again, I did spray her face and I'll link the sprays down below. Then I'm using this MAC Strobe body lotion on her shoulders and décolleté and her chest. Added a really nice subtle glow. And here is the finished look, you guys. Rissa looked so beautiful. I'm so happy for them. Make sure you guys watch their gender reveal video. I'll put it down below for you guys. But literally stunning. I can't wait to do her makeup for the baby shower. And let me know what you guys think down below. Don't you see the silver line?